I was born in Beirut, Lebanon. I lived most of my life in Saudi though. I've always been a tinkerer and a maker myself, although my background is different from where we are here. But I've always had passions for, figuring out how things work, how they are made, and eventually I gravitated more towards, learning the technical side of things, of fabrication, and then I learned about this concept and started it. We are a product design company and a makerspace. So a makerspace is the DIY platform. It's a facility that provides the ability for people to do things themselves. It's equipped with several workshops to design and fabricate in different types of work. Lebanon has, its own problems and instability. The political atmosphere and economic atmosphere doesn't validate, justify an investment and to start up a small company there. So Dubai was a safer market to start in, and it's a much more developed infrastructure as well. And with our objective to, eventually spread this concept throughout the region, we need to start with a solid base, and Dubai was the best option to do that. We have several different sections, different workshops. We have electronics lab, which is the room we're sitting in now. Rapid prototyping also is here, which is using 3D printing and laser cutting. We have a metal shop, so for metal fabrication, welding, metal casting. We have a carpentry shop, fully equipped woodworking shop. A molding and casting room for working with rubbers, plastics, and making molds and casting all sorts of materials from concrete to plastics, plaster, even metals, like as part of the metal casting process starts in the molding room. We have a design room, which is a soundproof room for people. You need a quiet space to focus on your designs. We have a 3D printing lab, which is equipped with resin and filament printers and 3D scanners, desktop and handheld. And we have a common space which we use for bigger projects, group projects. And yeah, we have separate stations for leather work, for jewelry, so they're distributed in common spaces. People who come here, they're hobbyists, but you have also regular professionals, and we have also startup and entrepreneurs, like hardware entrepreneurs who would come here to prototype an idea, to prove a concept, and they're pursuing it as a business to secure, that they have a viable concept that can attract investment. So the serious ones are obviously, the most exciting, because it's a serious product that is intended to solve a real problem and to be marketable and commercial. So the coolest project we have in the time being is a plane, hybrid quadcopter plane by a company called Flugato. They are a startup, and they have been here for like 3 months, and they built their first prototype, the function-like and the look-like prototype. They unveiled it recently, and now they're working on their second iteration. The first model they're making is for shipping cargo, and it's made to ship 250 kilograms of payload 250 kilometers away, and that at a fraction of the cost of any other alternative available at the time being. So it would solve lots of problems in terms of delivering supplies and being a transport vehicle for quick deliveries for lots of industries, including also individuals eventually who wants to use it for their own personal deliveries. It might become a question of a business model, or what the person is, the scale they're working at, or like an individual. If they want to start up a business and have a capacity to meet the demand, and you need to divide your labor and like focus your time and effort on the things that makes your time more valuable. All makers, or all people who are trying to build business out of their hobbies or passions, they have to be not only tech savvy and skilled and like all knowledgeable about what their product or what they're making, but they also have to be business savvy and know how to be efficient and how to be productive. And so that skill is actually very important, and we always try to encourage it, like people to think smart so that they can sustain what they do, and so they can improve it, and so it becomes something fruitful and worthwhile for them and their careers doing that. My objective is to, I've always like loved being, having all tools around me, so I always collected tools, and then eventually I started a toolbox basically. So my objective is to make this toolbox better and bigger, and to have all the latest and all the capabilities there, like the sense of the possibility of anything to be made and done, not only through equipment, but also through your community. The community itself is the most important aspect. That's my goal, so that's my focus at the time being. Definitely everyone, have a sense of what is quality nowadays, because we're exposed to so much, we see so much everywhere online in the market, and the world is a small village now, so you've seen the best and worst of it. So everyone has a sense of what is quality, and they have a taste for it and want it, a desire to have the best. But then it's always a question, a trade-off between time, quality, and cost. So people have to make a decision between the cost of something, the quality of it, and the time to get it done the way that you want it. What we always do and promote and say, like, if you really want you want something done your way, you have to do it yourself, like regardless of quality, because it's a journey. You start with an idea, and you keep developing it and developing the skills necessary to achieve really what you want. And there are lots of course, new ideas that don't exist. That's the only way to make it happen. This is why we exist here. This is why a makerspace is there to enable that.